Off the top tonight, the crisis in Caracas, demonstrators taking to the streets once again to protest the regime of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
To show support in South Florida, protesters took to the streets in Doral in a sign of solidarity with those in Venezuela. Protests were also held in cities across the globe.
And now Maduro is calling for new parliamentary elections as well. We have live team coverage tonight. Christian De La Rosa is live in Doral with local protests.
But we start with Cody Weddle live in Caracas. Cody.
And guys, Juan Guaido once again turning out massive crowds here today, as there are also more signs this evening that the military may be turning its back on Maduro.
Tens of thousands of Venezuelans once again taking to the streets in anti-Maduro demonstrations. Juan Guaido addressing the crowds, assuring that Nicolas Maduro's days are limited.
And as people leave this concentration, take a listen to the music. There is definitely a sense of excitement here, a sense that change is on the horizon.
This year, I'm sure this is the year that the sun comes out here in Venezuela. Today, Guaido once again avoiding directing this march towards downtown government buildings, avoiding clashes with authorities, also avoiding clashes with a pro-Maduro march downtown. Maduro mobilizing his supporters, saying he wants to move forward congressional elections. That could effectively sideline Juan Guaido, who would lose his post as the National Assembly president and therefore his claim as the legitimate president of the country. But more signs today that the military could be turning against Maduro. In this video circulating online, top General Francisco Yanes saying he no longer supports Maduro, shifting his allegiance to Guaido, also claiming that 90% of Venezuelans no longer support the, quote, dictator. The video only giving more hope today to opposition supporters. This is for the freedom and future of the country. We don't want more immigrants. We want a free country.
And several accounts on social media related to the armed forces and the Air Force here posting Yanes' photo tonight with the word traitor stamped over his face. Meanwhile, Guaido not announcing plans for next week, but saying we can expect more protests. Reporting live here in Caracas, I'm Cody Weddle. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cody. Team coverage moves now to Doral, where protesters stood in solidarity with Venezuela.
That's right. Our own Christian De La Rosa joining us now live with more there. Christian.
And I can tell you, despite the rain, this crowd is energized here at Doral City Place. This is a second demonstration we've seen today, coming off the visit from Vice President Mike Pence yesterday, vowing his support. This Venezuelan diaspora has momentum. Take a look here earlier. Throngs of Venezuelans and supporters meeting earlier at Doral Central Park, together with mounting pressure from the U.S. in form of strong sanctions, the European Union, and a long list of countries they believe it can be enough to finally force Nicolas Maduro to leave what they say is an illegitimate presidency. They say they want fair elections without Maduro. How has your family been affected by the current Maduro government?
Well, they live under uncertainty, personal insecurity. What can I say? They are scared, like everybody else around there. Everybody's scared, but they have to live there because they don't have any options.
So much fear from these Venezuelans for their families back home. And that's why they are here. They feel that this is the most they can do for a country that they say is in the middle of a crisis with shortages of food and medicine. They believe this is the least they can do in joining this international call for Maduro to step down. They are hoping that finally happens. We're live in Doral. I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
Christian, thank you. And keep in mind, Cody Weddle is the only South Florida reporter in the middle of the action in Venezuela. He'll be joining us again live tonight with another update after the game.